Rose for the fallen. When metal fell from the sky, it wasn't just an aircraft that crashed. It was also the lives, the dreams and hopes of 279 souls that crashed and shattered beyond repair. Today, I come before you with a heavy heart and a single red rose, not to celebrate, but to remember. To remember the 279 souls that were suddenly and brutally taken away from this earth in one of the darkest aviation tragedies our country has ever seen. A plane crash isn't just an accident. It's a catastrophe that rips through time, freezing the laughter, the joys, the dreams, the hopes and smiles of children, parents and lovers. Imagine parents waiting at the airport with their arms stretched out to welcome their child who's returning home after years. They're not met with their child engulfing them in a hug. Instead, they get a coffin. Imagine a child waiting at the airport who's too young to understand what's happening, wailing and asking again and again for when they'll get to meet their parents again. The child isn't met with an answer, only silence. Among those who lost their lives were Hardik and his fiancée. Just a few days after the joyous engagement in India, they were ready to start their new life. Hardik was known for his gentle laughter and tireless community service as he often volunteered at his local temple. While his fiancée had moved to the UK to pursue a master's in physiotherapy. They were young, in love, and full of hope. But unfortunately, their future was heartbreakingly cut short. Another victim is Ranchita Gopakumar, who is a devoted 38-year-old nurse who spent her days caring for her patients in UK. She leaves behind 2 tender children and an elderly mother. Her life defined by compassion, sacrifice, and the healing power of a mother's love. And Manav Badu, a bright MBBS student who had gone to the hostel mess at BJ Medical College to have his lunch. He was surrounded by friends and family when the Dreamliner bore down upon them. His life was gone in the blink of an eye, just a few steps away from donning the white coat he had tirelessly worked hard to earn. What hurts more than death is how we treat the dead. Air India under Tata Group announced a compensation of 1 crore rupees for each victim. As if grief can be measured in money, they think they can put a price tag to replace a child's hug or a parent's love. What's worse is that we hear of faulty maintenance, broken seats, dysfunctional air conditioning, and poor communication systems on board, and we ask, how can they put so many lives at risk? How can they put them on board on an aircraft that was clearly unfit to fly? There must be a full and honest inquiry. We need to know, was this a technical issue? Or is there something more sinister behind this? Was this truly just an accident? Or is it possible that sabotage or security lapses led to this devastating event? These questions must be answered not just for justice, but for the peace of the departed souls. Let's not forget them. Let's demand accountability. And let's move forward together, stronger, wiser, and more humane. Thank you.
Sophy Sara Thomas, you have made an amazing speech and it touched our heart deeply. So everyone give her a big round of applause.